Hi guys, it's Miss Heidi here. I'm excited to share a book with you today. Do you guys like baseball? Well, I know a little monkey that likes baseball. That's my big yellow book of Curious George stories, and I'm excited to share with you guys today a book called Curious George at the Baseball Game. That's another silly book. You can see the picture right here on the back. There's a lot of really fun books. The stories in this book, Margaret and H.A. Ray. So let's see if we can find the baseball game, page 121. I didn't mark it this time. Here we go. Curious George at the baseball game. Do you guys like playing baseball? I do. So this is George. He was a good little monkey and always very curious. Today, George and the man with the yellow hat were going to the baseball park to watch a baseball game. George couldn't wait to see what it would be like. Have you guys gone to a baseball game? At the baseball stadium, the man with the yellow hat introduced George to his friend, the head coach of the Mudville Miners. He had arranged for George to watch the game from the dugout. What a treat! George got the Miners' cap to wear. Then he sat on the bench with the players. He felt just like part of the team. The players cheered a Miners' home run. George cheered too. The players groaned at a Miners' strikeout. George groaned too. Then George noticed one of the Miners' coaches making funny motions with his hands. He touched his cap and then pinched his nose and dusted off his shoulder. Thought George. Maybe this was another way to cheer on the team. So George made some hand motions too. He tugged his ear and rubbed his tummy and he scratched his chin. Just then, a Miners player got tagged out at second base. The players pointed at George. That monkey, he said, he distracted me with his funny signs. Oops, the coach had been giving directions to the base runners. George's hand signals had taken his mind off the play. Poor George, he had only been trying to be part of the team. Instead, the Miners had lost a chance to score. George watched the rest of the game from a stadium seat, or at least he tried to watch the game. There was so much going on around him. There was food for sale, there was shouting fans, there was a woman holding a big camera. There's lots to see in these pictures. The woman pointed her camera at some fans, and look, those fans waved out from a huge screen on the baseball scoreboard. George had never been on TV before. He was very curious. What would it be like to see himself on the big screen? You see the big screen up here. He soon learned the answer. It was exciting. George liked seeing himself on the screen. Hey you, shouted the camera woman. Cut that out. Uh-oh, George had gotten a little carried away. He ran off with the angry camera woman hot on his heels. In the busy stadium breezeway, George hid behind a popcorn cart. He waited for the camera woman to pass by. Just then, George heard a noise behind him. It was a quiet little noise, like a sigh or a sniff. What could have made that noise, George wondered. George turned. There, behind the cart, was a little boy crying. George wanted to help. He crept out of his hiding place and over to the boy. "Aha, there you are," shouted the camera woman, spotting George. And the camera woman noticed the teary-eyed boy. She seemed to forget that she was mad at George. "I'm lost," the boy said. "I can't find my dad." If only there were a way to let the boy's dad know where he was. But there was a way. The camera woman aimed her lens at the little boy, and there he was on the big screen for everyone to see, including his dad. Within minutes, the boy and his father were together again, and the man with the yellow hat had come to find George. "I can't thank you enough," the boy's father said to the camera woman. The camera woman shrugged. "Don't thank me," she said. She patted George on the back. "It was this little fellow who found your son." George is so helpful, isn't he? George was the star of the day. Isn't that a fun book, you guys? I hope you really enjoyed that one. I have a lot of other fun ones in this book, so come back and see me again next time for some more Curious George stories, okay? I can't wait to see you guys again next time. My pets are totally asleep. They probably won't be moving for a little bit. I hope you guys have a really fun day, okay? And don't forget to take care of each other and go wash your hands, okay? Bye.